Hi, welcome to the garden. And as you know, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the sixth day in the garden. And today visiting us is Sheila from Celtic Tarot. So I'm going to light the candles and then I'll say the little introductory prayer I've been saying every day. And I will warn you, if you're going to do 9 candles, do them on a turntable, because when you try to reach across these little suckers, they're hotter than you think, and you will burn your hand. So, and this is Sheila's.
I like these kind of hacks.
This is Sheila's candle, and there it lit. Okay, we're done with the candle lighting part. Now, I start with my little invitation for you to come join us to the circle. And it goes, thank you and welcome to the path of enlightenment through the merging of your energy with our 9-day candle journey. And welcome to be here. And as you know, I asked readers, that's what I call, I'm sorry, I'm so old fashioned. I think things have to be read. I asked a lot of viewers what they wanted, and universally almost people wanted an end to the divisity and a unification and a coming together. And that's what they've appreciated most about doing the 9 candles. The other thing that's been wonderful in the 9 candles is the way people got, because to find 9 red candles, this is not a big deal at Christmas time, but May, not so much. So I had one woman, the only red candles she could find all had Jesus on them. So she got the candles and she wrapped them. So you can see the red at the top, and she wrote in Chinese figures, words of good fortune. And I thought, this is a wonderful hack to get your red candles. And, you know, nothing against Jesus, but it's not her God. Anyway, Sheila, welcome.
Thank you.
And I also have a thought every day that I start with, and this is the one I picked for Sheila's day. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. And that's a quote from Helen Keller. And I think that's where we are. We're having to feel things from our heart, because for a while we couldn't touch. We couldn't go out. But anyway, I'm throwing that thought over to you and see how you feel about it.
I think that's beautiful. That's how I approach life anyway, is I have feelers out first and then I walk into the room, right? Mm-hmm. And that is exactly how I do that. And I have learned that what I'm putting out there makes a difference of the energy that I'm meeting. Right. If I'm putting out, a negative energy and I meet the other energy, it's only going to profound and it's going to affect me even more negatively. So if I am walking into a life with love, kindness, and in all of that gentleness, that's the energy that I'm putting out there. And what meets me will add to that and dissolve and become that as well. And I've learned that lesson.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And I mean, it's just like you're almost psychic, right?
Almost somewhere along the way.
But because people ask me, well, when you feel things, does it feel differently? And no, it's based on how I am in this world. But it's like the brain that's thinking it through is the one that's attached to my heart. It's not the one that has the ego filter that's in here.
Correct. Yeah, I will feel you way before you say a word. Mm-hmm. And that is exactly how I am in life. And that gives me a lot of information, because then I know that you're telling the truth, right? Mm-hmm. There's that thing where like this person is not going to tell me the truth the moment they speak. And then you walk to like I feel your energy, that it's all truth. And so I'm able to lean into you more. And that helps me as a human being to be able to walk through life and navigate all of that negative and positive energy. I think everybody can do this. I think everybody that removes the ego, removes all of the things that block us. And the things that block us are the mental attitude about life. You know, rearrange your core belief systems to remember that the life is for us and never against us. Also, if you're resenting on somebody, or if you have hatred, or if you're just extremely judgmental, these are the things that block us from the gifts that I think we had from birth. I think everybody can do these type of things. It is literally in the work and the spiritual work that you do is to how much you can experience the life that we live.
Well, I don't know how your readings have been going, but I'm getting more people that tell me that since COVID, and they had to go home and figure out who they were, and they found out they liked sitting in loungewear, and you know, and they could deal, you know, you don't know what I've got on below here, right? You just know.
Right. Sweatpants are okay.
Yeah. That's what a friend of mine said. She said, you know, whoever lifted the mask law must have bought a whole lot of stock in bra companies, because of all the weight people have gained.
Correct. We all have that COVID-19 on our butts.
No, I don't. I still continue to lose weight.
This is good. This is good.
But I will tell you this. One of the things Sheila and I were talking about briefly when I was trying to explain to her what this is about, because this is not things we normally do. Everybody has rituals, and this is a ritual I found years and years ago. And my daughter was talking with me today, and she said, doesn't every home like have 9 red candles somewhere stuck in them that they burn occasionally when they need? And because it's to uplift your energy, it's to bring in a new boundary, it's to help you mix your energy with the spirits of the universe. It's a way to call them in. And that's what they, in the Chinese legend on this, it's you're calling in the energies you want, which means planting your intentions and letting them come towards you. So I was talking to Sheila about what rituals do you have that are part of your life?
Yeah, think of it as long-term rituals for me. It came to mind that every time my family has a fire, we tend to always ritualistically start writing things down that bother us. I don't know. It's like a thing that I've taught my grandchildren to do. It's like, okay, let's go get our resentment papers, and we start writing things down that upset us and start burning them. That's a one ritual. We do it really ritualistically on like New Year's Eve. Let's start this new world out, and we get down and we put a circle around us of whatever we want. Sometimes we have done feathers, sometimes we have done rocks that the children really loved, sometimes we have done salt, sometimes, you know, whatever it is that we feel like doing that day. And we sit in the middle and we have that cauldron of fire, and we either speak it or write it down. I always prefer them to write it down so they can put it in there, and then they can also do their own blessings the same. We believe that once it is burned up and the smoke is here and it goes up into the heavens and it dissolves and it becomes part of the energy of the universe, and the universe always knows what to do with all of our energy and rearranges it and gives it back to us differently. And so this is one of the long-term rituals that I do. I also do short-term rituals, like daily rituals, like I get up in the morning and give my thanks and my gratitude for being here and all the great things and the wonderful things that are in my life. I also, as I go to bed, I also review my day. Have I done anything wrong? Do I need to make an amends or tell somebody that I apologize? Do I need to make something right? Did I lie somewhere, right? Because, you know, even if I am a pure truth speaker, sometimes I am delusional and I'll say something that wasn't accurate, and I have to and I always have to go back and clean that up. So these are the daily rituals, not including, you know, cleaning and smudging my home, always having pure and wonderful thoughts, the best that I can. I mean, these are natural rituals to keep my side of the street, as they say, clean and pure as much as I can possibly get. So yeah.
Yeah, it helps you get in the flow. And like I told a friend of mine, once you're in the flow, you're there. And as long as you keep understanding by the grace of God, you're there, or the grace of the universe, grace of whomever, you're fine. The other thing, and it's so funny you mentioned about writing, because I've been doing a little bit out of Angelspeake. She has 7 precepts. These were 2 sisters who the angels came and told them how to talk to them. They came to them in the 60s. These people used to be on Good Morning America in the 80s talking about this stuff when nobody talked about this stuff. But Step 4 of 7 steps to talking with angels is write, just what you're talking about with your grandchildren. Write. The harder you think, the less flow there will be. So if you're sitting there trying to find just the right word, it says, no, just write it. Hear the words that come just a second before they are written. You will hear them. Do not worry about making sense. You do not have to go into some spiritual state. You can just write what you hear and as you hear it. Sometimes you will hear things in thought sentences where you know what you're going and it sort of makes a total whole. But sometimes you will just have a word or an image. But the harder you think about it, the less the flow will be there. And the angels like to call this process automatic dictation. I guess we sometimes call it automatic writing, but automatic dictation is simply recording the information as it's being given to you through your thoughts. You write what you hear or know what you need to write. You are fully conscious and aware and control of yourself. Don't confuse this with automatic writing, which is a different method entirely. In dictations, you're just taking your messages from the angels.
Correct.
So when you talk about writing it down and then getting it out of your brain,
it loses its power.
It's a shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Yep.
That keep us back. Okay. Sheila is really an incredible reader. For those of, I can't imagine anybody who's watching my channel hasn't seen her, but just in case, Sheila does a lot of different things, but I asked her if she had an oracle deck or something she wanted to pull from today to help with our 6th day.
All right. So am I just pulling 1 or 3?
You can pull whatever you want.
All right.
Listen to your angels.
I feel 3.
Okay.
So let's do 3 in unison. And I'm pulling from the oracle, the quantum oracle.
Okay. And I'll put that in my comments below so that you can follow it.
Yep. Here we go. Wow. I can't make this stuff up. So we have the consciousness of lack. That is where this is where our feelings of being worthy, our feelings of all of that is diminished, right? My light is diminished when I have a consciousness of lack, because that is not the truth of the world. We are here for abundance. We are here to get everything that we need to get out of life that Spirit has for us. We come down to gain in our experience, to gain in how we're going to handle things. And when we're in the consciousness of lack, that's where our dark void is. So my next question talks about that present power. So get out of the consciousness of lack, get into the present power. The present power is right here, right now. And this is where we have everything that we need. We've always had everything that we need right here, right now. And then we can go forward into our sacred temple, where what we believe in and what we experience in life is always for us, never against us. And I also believe that to find like-minded people, you'll need to be up in that realm of like-minded people in order to do that. So always raise your energy as much as you can, and the people who are of your like will join you in that way of life, and it will be great and wonderful. So that's what I got.
Wonderful. That's great. That really, really speaks to the journey I hope people are on with this, because I don't know how you felt, but I know that the day I got my first vaccine, which was way back in January, because I had a very diligent doctor who was damn sure I was going to get it if it was out there.
Good.
And I was totally vaxxed and ready to go by Valentine's Day. But I had to wait for the rest of the world to catch up with me. And so, but those damn masks, I do not like those. I mean, I understand why they're there, and I got the most comfortable ones I could get. But I realized when I was putting this circle together that it's not just putting those masks on. It's been watching other people have to take the other masks that they wore in front of them off. And now they're having to decide, where am I going to go? How am I going to do this? How am I going to navigate in this brave new world? And so my closing card is from this deck, The Power of Surrender, Judith Orloff. Oh, my lights are not behaving well.
There you go.
Orloff.
There it
Okay.
is. Yep.
Yeah. And they're all about what you surrender. And one of the reasons I got this deck is I also have it in my phone. And when I used to read at tables and read live with people, I always gave them something, a little stone, a little fluorite crystal, something to take away from the reading to hold on to. And when I started reading on Zoom, doesn't work, nothing. Can't get you anything. So right. I found this deck and I can actually shuffle it on my phone. And when they say stop, that's their card. And then I can just send it to their phone as a remembrance. So I'm going to split the deck. Take the one on top. I got this one earlier in the week and it's Surrender to Silence. I don't know if it's a criticism of my speaking terms, but okay. Can you see it? It's kind of a castle and a beautiful.
There you go. Surrender to silence.
And it says, in quiet meditation and contemplation, let go and enter the stillness. The silence will heal and replenish you. And I think that's true. I think we kind of need quiet. I think that's been what's been so wonderful about so many of the changes that have happened in our nation is there's now time for quiet.
Yeah, be still and listen to the voice of spirit.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to blow the candles out. And I always do this on camera because I had a woman who said, my candles don't last like yours. I just keep them leaving burning. Well, these will be gone if you do that. It gets to be quite long. By the 9th day, we're here for a while.
It's all right.
Anyway,
as I watch the smoke go up into the universe, that it just reminds me of everything that we've been talking about is held in that smoke and is going up to spirit.
Right. And nature and the universe can surprise us. I was explaining to Sheila about the Chrysanthemum Stone. That's not painted on there. That's actually another crystal that's inside the black crystal, and it bursts out like that. And it looks like a chrysanthemum, so that's why they call it that. There's also things called writing stones, and they look like hieroglyphs that are little stones that have the same phenomena. I don't know how it works. I don't know what happens to make it happen. But if you were to shave the stone all the way back to the end, you'd find that flower. And wow. That, I just think nature's so much fun.
It is. I love it.
Well, I cannot tell you how much I thank Sheila for taking time out of her incredibly busy schedule. I don't know when this woman sleeps, but
I take naps like my dogs.
Okay. See, I can't nap.
That's the only way I do it.
Anyway, you'd have to on your schedule. Anyway, I want to thank everyone who's joined us today. And if you just wandered into us today, there are previous candle lightings and there will be 3 more. And we look forward to seeing you. If you can make those, if you can't, you can take this and go back later and light your candles with it and look and see what each session is about. And that's a good way to learn rituals. See what you try on. If this one works for you, great. If it doesn't, no fault. Okay. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you so much, Sheila. Bye-bye.